we're gonna do is have a quorum check. Everybody, well, Bo's not here.
Toast. I don't know.
Is he coming, or does anybody know?
I don't know, didn't hear from him.
Okay. Hey, pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our Dad, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Do what? Okay, we're having some technical difficulties up here with the internet, so, just try to speak up so you guys can hear me. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start with XL Energy and the rate resolution, and Mr. Ronnie Walker is here with XL, and he'll be able to answer some of your questions. We're gonna go ahead and start there. And kind of fill y'all in on what we're doing and what we need to do, and so
All right,
I'm leave it to you.
Thanks for having me out here, guys. I'm gonna explain this to you. It's, the rate case business is complicated. I sure don't know it all. And I'm gonna try to explain it to you, the process here as we go through this for a few minutes. And if you have any questions, just break in anytime. Now, this is a surcharge. This is not a rate case. This relates back to a rate case that was filed on February the 8th, 2021. This is called the reach back period. It's the base rate surcharge, and I'll explain that. So to start out, XL has 80 cities in Texas. And those cities band together, they're known as AXM, if you've ever heard of AXM. That is the Alliance of XL Energy Municipalities. So it's the same way with the gas company with Atlas also. You're represented in Austin. All these 80 cities are represented by a law firm in Austin. It's called Herrera Law. Freddie Herrera is the owner of the law firm. And he advises the cities when we file a rate case. He advises the cities, and he has experts that look into it, and they crunch the numbers and make sure everything's right. So that's why we want you guys, and I'll talk about that as we go on, to deny this, just like as you denied the rate case, when the rate case came out in February the 8th, 2021. So the reason we want you to deny it is because we filed, I'm gonna just throw a number up there, say we filed a $200 million rate case, okay? Okay, so that's a lot of numbers crunched, a lot of people working a lot of time, a lot of months, trying to come up with those figures. It's cost of service, plus we get a rate of return on equity. Basically, that's how the utility works instead of a profit, because we're fully 100% regulated by the Public Utility Commission. Everything we spend, any O&M money we spend is monitored. I don't know how many times a year that I get audited on things that we spend. So we have to make sure that it's spent for the benefits of our customers. So we file a rate case, $200 million. Okay, you guys, your city, your village here, township, has direct jurisdiction over rates. You've got your own jurisdiction over it, okay? So you can stand up and say, there's only three things you can do. We file a rate case. You can approve it. You approve it, the rate case that I set on your desk goes into effect, okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can suspend it, and that suspends for 120 days, and there's negotiations, stuff like that. And then later on, you'll have to act again. But if you deny it, then you don't have to act again. Okay, so you approve it, like I said, if you approve it, it goes into effect. If you deny it, then it's denied to the PUC, and the case is appealed. We have industrials, all kinds of groups, like the Axel Group, which is all your cities. and their attorneys and all that, and they negotiate this. They negotiate this $200 million out here. And usually it comes way down. Usually it comes down to say $150 million before they settle it. And that's called a settlement. So that's why we recommend that when I send a rate case out to you, that you guys do your resolution and deny it. And then you don't have to do nothing else. It appeals to the PUC, and they take care of it. Your law firm's working for you there, basically. So a little bit about this surcharge now. Like I said, it relates to the February 8th, 2021 rate case that we filed. And so the PUC allows 35 days after that, after you file, that the interim rates can go into effect. Even though you don't have a settlement, you don't have no rates yet, but they can go into effect. That way you don't have to linger on out there as a company, you know, in credit and all that. So it kind of cuts down on, well, it cuts down on it when it's passed. But, okay, so 35 days from February the 8th was March 15th. That's when the interim rates began of 2021. Okay, the rate case didn't settle until February 28th, 2022, almost a year after that, okay? So that reach back period is from the end of that 35 days, which is March the 15th, to February 28th of 22, that's that reach back period. So the PUC allows that what we do during that period, which is almost a year, is we plug in the new rates that were approved, we plug it in with all the kilowatt hours that was used in that time frame, and we plug in the new rates, we subtract it from the old rates, and we come up with an amount for the surcharge, which is $88 million. And that's what this surcharge is all about. So it's not settled yet, the surcharge isn't settled. The rates are in effect for the rate case. They went into effect, like I said, February 28th of 22. So this is for that reach back period. It's allowed, the PUC allows it. It's just kind of a delay period, but it funds us. Now if they would come in at the end of that rate case and said, no, we're not giving you anything, we're gonna give a refund, then we'll be refunding the customers, and we've done that before, so it happens. So any questions? Is this clear? I mean, kind of clear on how we do it? They do the same procedure for Atmos, basically the same thing.
Do you have any questions for me?
Anytime you be called about anything relating to electric rates or anything like that. So our rate cases, they're not very fun. But anyway, any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain how all of that comes about and all of that? But at the first of your conversation, what exactly are you wanting the village to do?
I want the village to deny this resolution
Deny
that
the
she
village?
has. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions?
And what that does is that puts that $88 million in the hands of all of the Axum group, which is your group, and all the industrials, the Walmarts, the people that intervene in our rate cases, which is many that intervene. And so it'll settle, and that $88 million will probably come down to whatever they settle on and all that, and then we pay expenses to the cities and all that. It's a legal deal.
So we need to entertain a motion, and, so, anybody want?
I'll make a motion, we deny the resolution. I'll second.
Okay, Jerry second. Sherry?
Do you need to read the resolution or?
No?
Okay.
So we need to,
Okay.
vote? Four? You're,
You want to deny it, right?
he's eyeing to deny.
Yes, I apologize. I am for the denial. Yes.
I have some extra stuff to it, so if you guys have any questions on that, if you want to read over it, if you got any questions out of it, let me know, okay?
Okay.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you, Ronnie. Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, it passes. Now, we have another one, and this one is Atmos Energy, and he could not make it tonight. So I've got a little paragraph that I have to read here. And then he gave me 3 questions that are asked the most, and I've got his name, phone number here, and if anybody has any additional questions. So I've got to read this resolution, or you can read it. You want to read it? You want to read it? I'll let you. You got a good voice. Okay, just the bold paragraphs, all you
Okay,
need.
a resolution of the Board of Aldermen of the Village of Palisades, Texas, approving a negotiated settlement between the Executive Committee of Cities served by Atmos West Texas and Atmos Energy Corporation, West Texas Division, regarding the company's 2022 rate review mechanism pilot, declaring existing rates to be unreasonable, adopting tariffs that reflect rate adjustments consistent with the negotiated settlement, finding the rates to be set by the attached settlement tariffs to be just and reasonable and in the public interest, approving an attachment establishing a benchmark for pension and retiree medical benefits, requiring the company to reimburse cities reasonable rate-making expenses, determining that this resolution was passed in accordance with the requirements of the Texas Open Meetings Act, adopting a savings clause, declaring an effective date, and requiring delivery of the resolution to the company and the city's legal counsel. Any questions?
Wake up and ask it. Okay, I've got these questions. Does anybody, well, let me go over these questions and answers first, because, you know, I don't know really anything about this. This is from Michael Gonzalez. I can give you his phone number if y'all have any questions after this, but he did send these 3 to me. And the first one is about the resolution, and it says Atmos has submitted a filing to West Texas Cities Coalition under the RRM process to set rates. The resolution rates states an increase in base rates for the Atmos West Texas cities of 6.72 million. Okay, the next thing is, the question is, how will it impact, what will it be the new charge on the customer's bill? And this is going to start this month. And residential customer charges will increase approximately to 73 cents every month per bill, per household. The second question is, why are we increasing the rates? Atmos Energy continues to invest, support improving the safety and reliability of piping infrastructure, like the roads, highways, bridges, and we must maintain and replace piping infrastructure. We invest spending towards capital investments made to upgrading and replacing pipe projects in West Texas. That's what the money goes to. Now, here's what happens. We will make a motion here in a minute to pass this, okay? If it does not pass, we get into some major litigation. So we have to pass this. And here's what it says. It says renegotiation of the proposed agreement by the West Texas Coalition and Atmos, we would incur additional fees and all costs that may affect the rate base, which could potentially impact customer rates to increase their utility bills. What he's saying is, if we do not pass this tonight, the village will go into litigation with Atmos and their attorneys, and we have to pay all fees. So, you know, it kind of got you over a barrel a little bit, at 73 cents a month, you know. So anyway, I just want me to reiterate that it needs to be passed. It'll be very costly if we don't. So, I don't know if y'all have any questions. If you do, I can give you his name and phone number, and y'all are welcome to give him a call. Yes, sir. Sure.
Swallow.
That would be 73 cents.
That's 73 cents for water.
Basically, Atlas is saying we have to do this or else
Yes, that's exactly what they're saying.
monopolies.
Make a motion
They
that
try to
pass.
stack up the only, yes, go
Okay,
ahead.
we have a motion
I'll
from
second the motion.
Larry,
I'll second it.
second it from Dave. Sherry? Aye. Bo? Amy?
Yes, because we don't have a choice.
You'll have a choice. Okay, it's passed. We will let them know. We have to fill out this and send it off. I mean, 73 cents. I wish we had gas. Anyway, okay, we're gonna go on down. Reading and approval of minutes from September the 13th.
The only thing I saw in the permit clerk's report, it was Carolyn.
Okay.
Any other comments on it, minutes?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes with a change from David to Carolyn into the permit clerk's report.
Okay, we have a second? Dave? Aye. Bo? Aye. Amy?
Yes.
Okay, it's approved. Move on down to the acknowledgement of new residents. No new residents? We got one back there's been here forever. I don't thank you for coming. I cornered him today and made him come. So. Okay. Treasurer's report.
Our beginning checking balance as of September the 1st was $31,334.80. Our income for the month, Randall County tax collections, $34.41. Road contributions from Mike and Rhonda Haywood, $20. We did, Bo and his family rented a community center for $100. And then we got our second payment from the Texas Division of Emergency Management for our COVID grant in the amount of $11,413.65. So our income for the month was $11,568.06. Our expenses, safety light at the gate, $20.49. The electric bill for the community center, $102.05. Atmos, $63.52. Now we got some new flags for the flower bed, $36.85. Jones Press, we had to get some more stationery, $14.07. And then we wrote a refund check to Bo for a deposit for the community center, $50. So our total expenses for the month was $286.98. So our net income for September was $11,281.08. And so our ending balance was $42,615.88. In our money market account, we got $6.20 worth of interest, so our ending balance was $22,079.14. Our COVID grant money market account, we got $3.21 in interest, so our ending balance was $11,424.88. And I will move that check for $11,413.65 from our checking account into our COVID grant money market account, so we can continue to gain interest while we're working on bids for the heating and air conditioning system. Any questions?
I make a motion we accept the financial report as read.
Bo, second. Sherry? Amy? Gary? Okay. On down to Mr. Massey.
Actually, with the balance at the end of September, $15,447.71. Our marketing savings was $5,919.58. Next one is we were asked if we would attend Patrick's Day celebration, fireworks. So we took our brush one, range, and four of us went out there and attended that, put a few little fires out. Fireworks as well. And we have a new senator contract in Riddle County. On our mutual aid group. And we're still trying to save money for a concrete pad to get started on a new addition someday. Otherwise, just fiberglass type things, keep the holes in areas, weeds and brush and trees pruned, and we're down to 8 volunteers. And we're still training in Timber Creek and Tanglewood and Redwood County. Online training with A&M and TEAS. That's all. Any questions?
Questions? Move down to the permit clerk's report. Kelly? Nothing to report. Down to the floodplain report. Thank you, Ruth.
No paperwork, they up here with the gentleman to go over the map on some property he was looking at, but no paperwork there, right?
Move down to Carolyn. Ordinance report. Nothing. Okay, we're gonna move down to the fall cleanup. So these last two are both together. But we've got it set for October 22nd. Dennis is gonna help us out with some, what were you gonna bring? You had some information?
We've got lots of information on farmers.
Randall County Fire Department will be here. They're bringing Smoky Bear with them. Timber Creek is going to provide the food. We have to provide the drinks. And they're doing that because they have to get certified also. Fire-wise. And so that will be all together with the cleanup on the 22nd. John Wick has let us use his property again, and so it's open for anybody to bring their brush over. Forest Ranger Department, they will bring the chipper out about a week afterwards, and they just ask that nothing is brought in over there over about 6 inches around. So, just so they can get around to it. October 22nd. And so we will get the roll-offs. I've already contacted the metal guy to clean up. So if y'all have, we'll have separate areas like we always do for all the metal. And then of course the roll-offs. And I think we had a place for wood too, didn't we? That wasn't, so we'll have that too. I've already talked to 2 or 3 volunteers, but we'd like everybody to show up and just have a really good turnout and help clean up. So I think everybody kind of enjoys that, getting together and doing that. And hopefully the weather will be good. So I guess that's it.
How many roll-offs?
Huh?
How many roll-offs?
We got 4 last time and ended up turning 1 back. So, and they weren't even big ones. We didn't even have them. Yeah, we've had times where we had those huge ones and they just kept them. But so I guess we'll just get 3 and work with that.
And what time is it?
Usually it starts about 9. And
John's address.
does everybody know where it's at? Where his land is at?
Same as what we used last time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Is
just
it roughed off, the area?
not yet.
302 King.
This is what that is.
302 King. And you'll see he's got a for sale sign out there on it. So that's very nice of him. Do we have any public comments, sign? Yes. Okay, well, Ronnie Walker's already in it. Carolyn?
I've been talking to the post office and Panhandle Presort for about the last 3 or 4 months, trying to find out how we can do a mailing to all of the residents down here. You can't get the list from the post office, you have to buy a postal list, which includes River Falls, Tanglewood, Titus, and Timbercreek. It costs $95 to buy the route list, and then we give them the list of all the streets in Palisades, which the post office provides. If we wanna do a better job communicating with our residents, a lot of people don't have internet, so they don't have Facebook, or they don't have email that they can access the website on. And so if we do like a quarterly newsletter, just with what's officially happening in the village, we can get that one-time list for $95, and then we can go through Panhandle Presort to mail that to all of the residents down here. And instead of costing whatever normal postage is now, whether it's 50 or 60 cents, it costs like 22 cents to mail if we go through Panhandle Presort. And I just wanted to know what y'all thought about doing something like that to kind of get the word out of things that are happening in the village.
It'd be a great idea. Put it out like once a quarter or whatever.
We have a lot of people that used to sign up on Paris, and you would get emails and text messages. And asked Jerry the other day, and he said there's a lot of people that aren't even on it anymore. And I don't know if that's because they've moved and new people don't know to sign up on it, or I don't know. But we could publicize things
When I
like
send
that.
out a notice, I get, it's ranch acres and all these people, they're saying, why am I getting these and all this stuff, So, I don't know if we need to have a Paris drive and get everybody that wants to get on it,
And we may want to talk to Panhandle Regional Planning Commission, because they're the ones that support Paris communication system, and find out if we can reduce the geographical area to not include ranch acres and all those things, only include Palisades. And that way we can write that down.
I like that idea. 20 cents, it would cost about $35, $37 to have an asphalt.
Good, keep it.
So the one-time fee of the $95,
Right.
and after that, $30 on every quarter.
$30 or $40.
Yeah, however often we want to do a mail out.
How often do they update?
I don't know, I'll find out from Panhandle Presort.
Okay, on down to the mayor's report. I don't know if y'all noticed this parking block up here that got wiped out. Bo's right there.
I missed it by like that much of catching the guy. I was coming down, I had to change for court, and it was up. I stopped there to take a call by phone, and it was up at like 10 o'clock. I go home, change, go to court, come home at 1, and it's still there. It's still upright. Right? No, correction, it's down. It's already been hit. I'm like, what the heck? And I go home, change, get back in my regular uniform, and come back out, and there's a dollar truck turning around. And I was like, it's not the dollar truck. I know it's not the dollar truck. But how? Oh, just like
But our
I
photo.
can't be everywhere at the same
So
time.
they didn't leave a note?
I would have left it on. Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Yeah, I would.
They left marker on the side of it.
I would have left a note.
I got a picture from Chris across the street from his doorbell, and it shows the Dollar General truck, it shows Bo's pickup, and it shows another pickup with the front loader sitting over there. But then I had somebody else say, well, there's a big septic truck up in there too. So we don't know.
I know for sure it wasn't Dollar General because I was like very angry as a kid, ignored 15 signs not to come down here.
See, I had to turn another one around the other day. Well, this is where GPS is, there's a battery
keep
Dollar
calling,
General.
I keep calling their home office to tell them that.
No, there's
I
not.
call them
Mary did
all
that
the
for
time.
6 months, working on getting new
Yes,
signage and
I still
Dollar General
call.
out of here and Dollar General still.
Maybe we need a sign that says no dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I just got a Sally truck, a FedEx.
Okay, I've also got what I'd like to do is, you know, people been complaining a little bit about not being able to get their trash service anymore because the trucks can't get in. So here's what I'm gonna propose is, and I've talked to Lone Star Construction about the cost of about 6 of these dump trucks with crushed concrete. And he said it's about $400 now. And,
Per truck.
per truck. You know, I've talked to Joe Warren a little bit about it. Joe says, hey, if you can get me the concrete, I'm welcome, you know, I'll use my tractor and help all I can to come spread this out. So, I called over to Randy Carnes at Randall County and, Commissioner and asked him if they would help split the bill with us. You know, I don't know, 5 or 6 of these dump trucks. They, each one is about 12 feet wide and about 80 feet long. That's about what each one of these carry in this crushed concrete. Lone Star said it works better if you can wet it down and then get a packer over the top of it. It'll hold a lot better. So, what I'd like is to get, I don't know, maybe four guys, 3 or 4 guys to go with me and just kind of drive around and just pick out, or if y'all, you know, if y'all know residents that would like their road and have this crushed concrete on it, then let me know. We'll get their address, and if I can get, you know, like I said, 3 or 4 guys to go with us, and we'll go up and look at it, and we'll just go up there and dump that stuff, and hopefully that'll help people with their trash. Because I know there's, you know, the last meeting, Rojas, you know, was saying that his cliffside, right, was bad, and I know, you know, I know there's some more up around y'all's house. I mean, their road is awful, and so, like I say, if y'all know, you know, if y'all know people, we need to hear from them, and if we can get, you know, like I said, 3 or 4 guys to go with me, and we can ride around, and we can determine who's gonna get this, then I think we ought to do it, and help people with their trash, and help them with getting up to their houses and all that. You know, I do know that the trash trucks, and I was talking with David, would you say, was it Republic? Who was it you said had that?
Went to Republic because it had a 3-yard dumpster like we have with waste.
Well, you said Waste Rander's truck was really big, right?
Yeah. It takes
Yeah.
a whole
So,
road.
you know, when these roads are damp or wet, and those trucks come through there, they gotta be tearing them up.
Well, I had to keep the trees down the alley or the road turned up because they could just ride down.
Yeah, we used to not have those big trucks down here till just the last, I don't know, 5, 6
I think the
Well, for years,
Republic
the
one
school
looked
buses,
about
now
half the
it's trash
size.
trucks.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
I think that Republic one was about half the size of a waste trailer truck.
so if y'all know some residents, just have them call me or send me a text, give me their address, and like I said, we get 3 or 4 guys, and we go up and look at it and see what we need to do to them to get them where they're passable. I know up around y'all's, you know, we put that concrete on the side, but I know Randy was talking about them further up. So we've got all these places, we just need to hear from these people, and maybe we can, you know, help resolve some of these problems with these roads. Some of these side ones, I don't know if anybody's ever done anything to them. You know,
That's it.
you know, the residents, some guys use their own tractors and they blade them down a little bit, but,
you know, Tom Bell sent some stuff up. Had some stuff up.
yeah, I know Tommy.
That helped a bunch on that corner. He dumped some there on that place that's so bad on the hill. But the first time the trash truck came up, it just dug a hole.
Well, I know Sean Moore spent $1,000 up there last year, and he put a bunch of stuff in, and then it washed all away. But like you said, we need to wet it down, and I don't know if we can rent a packer, to put it down, or hire them to come do it, and put it down, but we're gonna need the residents with their tractors to spread this. And Joe Warren already spoke up and says he's in there.
So we got Corky up here and me, let's get over.
You just need to air your tire. Every time I talk to you, you come do this. Oh, my tire flat. I gotta get it.
Constant. I'm ordering the tire, it's not easy.
And then the only other thing is, I don't know if y'all noticed, we had the road shut yesterday and today. Sean Moore pulled a triple wide out, and out on Janet, 105 Janet. That's the one that happened to have a horrible septic problem, so we just pulled it out of there, sold it. And then there's another trailer next door to it, he's tearing it down, so he's gonna clear that lot off, and eventually he's gonna build it. So, that is all I have.
I'm making a motion to adjourn.
Second it.
Oh, Jerry both seconded it, so you can pick which one you want.
And it's 7:07.
All good for it?